Hmm. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Let me see if I can get this all sorted out so that, okay, there's giant stuff constructed all over the place. My house doesn't usually look like this, but I'm fine with it because it's the process of organization. Everything's being organized, everything's being pulled out, rolled out, repackaged. And because I missed our last moon, which I hate to do, and it was such a great moon, and I wasn't able to be here live, I just wanted to hop on regardless of whatever's going on and being repositioned and redone and just say, Virgo season is amazing. Let's manifest so much. Virgo season 2021, this is a time of deep grounding. This is a time of manifesting success. This is a huge time for getting organized. It's also an incredible time to get deep into your personal wellness. And when you start to look at all these themes, they all work together. So what do I mean by this? Think about this. Being grounded within yourself. So being grounded, being present, being focused, having an organized home, detoxing your home, detoxing your life, getting into the richness of your personal creativity. It's all connected. And when you detox your home, you create more of a sacred space. When you spend more time organizing, you create a flow that helps you to manifest more in your body, in your mind, in your life. So we're going to look at all of these themes right now. Without further ado, I just want to let you all know, for those of you who are interested in joining in the professional training, the School of Intention is now open for registration, and you can find the link below in the description and get all the details. And we can even have a call and talk about things that you're interested in doing and learning and doing professionally. And lots of people also do this for personal development because it's such a deep dive and a powerful process. There's no way that you could possibly learn about infinite possibility, creative awakening, and intention and practice it for 6 months and not have it change your life. And the way the program is designed, it starts with you. And the way that we do all of this feng shui, as you now know, if you've been tuning into these lives and watching videos, it all starts with you. And so as we talk about Virgo season, this is my sun sign. I don't know if you have Virgos out here who know that Virgos get a rap for being very analytical, for being perfectionist, for being better than everyone, really organized, have their shit together, this whole thing. And Virgos get kind of a bad rap for being so perfect and perfectionist that it's like almost like being really rigid. But Virgo is actually super grounded and super focused. And when you can master personally, and this is something I've been working on for like my whole life, master being both grounded and also access your imagination and all these higher realms and be able to use your brilliant mind, but not get stuck here. Also, really fuel your whole self and stay grounded. At the same time, you are in the brilliant mode of Virgo that is totally unstoppable. So let's talk about getting into this magic zone where you're setting yourself up for enormous success, not just in this month, but in all the months moving forward. This is really, really fun. So I should mention there is Uranus retrograde now, lots of planets retrograde, but Uranus retrograde kind of takes pressure off. And considering that Virgo has this, again, reputation for being so analytical, overthinking, just being so precise that it's maddening to some people, the pressure is off. It's time to not be perfect, but to be detailed, to be sharp, to be super clear, and to make amazing things happen. So the first aspect of setting yourself up for success in this season, and the best way that I could possibly conceive of it, is to set yourself up with a sacred space that is free of extra chemicals, extra toxins. So there's lots of stuff these days, right? There's antibacterials, the Lysols, all of the things. There's so many things that are being used everywhere to sanitize things. And I'm totally all about, all of these things. But if your home is just overwhelmed with too many chemicals and too much of toxins, it's not great. It's just not great. It weighs heavily on your energy, and it kind of makes things feel dull. It might even give you allergies, or you might have other reactions to things. So one of the things you might want to think about is how you can lighten up the chemical load. If you are using lots of antibacterials, lean into the ones that are less chemically oriented. You might even want to make something, for instance, a hand sanitizer you can make. My friend's been making them with aloe vera gel that's natural, and really strong rubbing alcohol, which isn't natural, but it's fairly non-toxic as far as things are concerned, and a few drops of essential oil. And it was wonderful. And she's been doing this throughout the last year and a half. And so I learned from her a few tricks, but there are all kinds of ways that you can do things like even just washing your hands with soap and water, eliminating all the extra stuff, other things you might want to think about in terms of paring away the chemicals, getting rid of too many scented products, too many air fresheners, scented candles, room sprays. I went to someone's house and they sprayed. And if you do this, I'm not judging you, because I think I grew up with people doing this all the time, but I hadn't experienced it in a while. They sprayed something like Febreze. It was like some sort of spray that is supposed to take the odors out of the house, but instead the whole house smelled like that. And I think growing up, I probably would have welcomed that, but I was like, woo, I got to go outside. I'm going to faint. It really hit me hard. And so fragrances can have really a long time build up effect. And that's something that you want to look at, how you can pare down gradually over time without trying to be perfect additional fragrances. You can also take a look at how you can make things a little bit more natural. Even just looking at your pantry, looking at your beauty products, not trying to be perfect. I don't believe that all the products that are green and clean in beauty are quite there yet in performance. A lot of them are, not all of them. And the best makeup artists who are the most committed to green will tell you you really have to dig deep, and that might not be in your budget. It might not be in your frame of mind. You might just love what you're using. Use it, but balance it out someplace else, rather than thinking into all the perfection of deep cleansing, this detox in a serious way. Think about it in a holistic way, where I'm creating more of a sacred space. So one of the ways you can create more of a sacred space instantly is to take off your shoes when you enter your house. I was doing a live earlier talking about my trips to Japan, and every time I go to the head temple of my Buddhist practice at the base of Mount Fuji, every single building, even where you sleep, even the hotels, everywhere you go, you have to not just take your shoes off and put on slippers or socks. You also have to wipe down all of your luggage and all of the things that might have touched the floor. And the idea is you don't want to bring that into sacred space. And when you do that for yourself in your life at home, it makes a big difference. How many of you already take your shoes off when you enter the house? It's something that I've gone in and out of throughout my life, but now I'm just all in, because I learned that 90%, and even though it's microscopic, 90% of toxins in a home get tracked in through people's shoes. So this is something that you might want to take a look at, because it's an easy one to do. And again, it doesn't require anything. You don't even need a shoe rack. I just want to give you a note. Do not let, if you can avoid it, shoes just pile up at the entranceway to your house. What you can do is either get a shoe rack, or you can take your shoes off and then go put them away. There's lots of things you can do to not have the front of your house be every shoe that you own in your shoe collection. That's what you want to avoid, because then it sort of creates its own issues. So openness and detoxifying your space a little bit to create more sacred space. There are hundreds and infinite ways that you can detox your home. And in the school, we do a whole session on this and talk about it throughout the whole training, because there are so many different ways that we, mankind, has manipulated the environment. And to create a space that really supports you, you want to sort of eliminate all that extra stuff. Now, to support yourself in your space, to make a space that supports you, that sets you up for success, you also can look at ways that you create order and flow that bring you more presence and richness and dynamism. So you can ask yourself right now, what isn't working for me? This is organizational season. What isn't working for me? I go to my computer. I'm looking right now at the files on my computer and I'm like, oh, it's not working for me. I'm going to do my files today on my computer and start dumping some things and getting rid of all this extra stuff. For you, it might be your phone. It might be your emails. It might be organizing your recipes. It might be organizing your schedule. It might be organizing, literally anything that is holding you back, that's really bothering you. A little while back, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot look at my makeup in the case it was in. I rarely put on makeup, but every time I look at the case, I was like, I hate this. And it just felt so unapproachable. And when I got a little makeup organizer for like $16, it changed everything. And now I actually like putting it on, which is a whole different vibe. It really elevates things. Not only does organization bring you more precision, save you time, put things in a place so that your mind can be more clear, it also helps to reorganize the universe in your favor, to make your space support you, to make your space support the energy that you want, all that manifesting power. So think about that when you're organizing something now, or many things, perhaps. This might really get you. I'm in this big organizational thing. That's why there are things out everywhere around me. I couldn't even put them all away before I did this, because I was like, nope, I have to sit down and do this. I don't want to let another live go by. By the way, guys, if you have questions, please ask them, or in the replay, ask them below, and I'm happy to help you with anything you need. More Virgo season, excellence is nature. Again, earth sign, very much about change and growth and earth and being grounded. So if you've been feeling like you're too much of a perfectionist and stuck in here, spend time outside, getting your feet in the ground, get yourself by trees, get yourself to the beach, wherever it is, even just walk around your neighborhood and look around and get out of your head and into the earth. And it's going to make a really big difference. This is where you get your presence and your power from the earth. It makes a big difference. Now, other ways that you can really capitalize on this sense of nature and natural and the wellness that it brings. Bring more fruit and vegetables into your life, into your home, into your pantry, even putting out bowls of fruit around your house. That's so enlivening. It's really like a bounty, so much abundance. If you are looking at enhancing your wellness, it might be getting a new exercise routine together. Great time to start a new habit and really stick to it. So it might be getting back to something you love to do. It might be starting something new. Get moving. This wellness in motion, again, moving energy in ways that support you. Other things that you can think about, your sleep, sleeping more. And if you can't sleep more hours, according to my acupuncturist, Dr. Wing, if you can't sleep more hours, then try to go to bed as early as possible. And when you do, it'll help you to have more refreshing sleep. And I found this to be true because I used to sleep less and also go to bed later. And even if I went to bed, like say 2 o'clock in the morning and woke up at 11, I slept a lot. I mean, really late and slept a lot. I would be exhausted. But if I go to bed earlier and sleep for 6 hours, I feel refreshed and amazing. And that is a big difference. While optimally, I'd love to get the amount of sleep that I need. We all have a little different quotient, but I need about 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep. Whatever you need to feel refreshed and optimal and not tired at all, you want to make sure that you can get that sleep as early as possible. And it's going to really help you to stay revitalized and fresh and focused and all the things. So any wellness habits, anything that you love, things that maybe dropped out of your life for a while that you haven't been able to really mix into your life in a while, bring it all back, get into your wellness habits. And then as you're feeling full, as you're feeling more grounded, as you're feeling more revitalized, it's time to dig into the details. The details are the magic. The details are the Virgo magic. If you want to make something happen, it needs to be attractive to you, right? If you want to make something happen, it needs to be something that you are drawn toward. You're probably not going to make something happen if you have very little interest in it, or if it's flat, or if it's general, right? So take out your plans. Look at the projects that you have planned for the rest of the year, or the things that you want to do, or the job that you want to get, or whatever it is. And notice how detailed it is. A lot of people tell me, and I've personally experienced, that it can be daunting to add too many details to whatever it is that you want, because it's almost like you feel like you're narrowing the field and you're closing the doors on other possibilities. So my little trick for you guys is to write out the most detailed plan, and then right at the bottom, this or something better for me is manifesting now. This or something better for me is manifesting now. So you're not closing any doors, but you're diving into all the rich tapestry of details. So I'll give you an example of why I think this is so incredibly vital. Your friend calls you up and says, I just had dinner. I just made this really great chicken on the barbecue. It was amazing. And you go, oh, okay. Or I made, and then your friend calls you up and says, I just made the most incredible pasta I've ever had in my life. I had broccoli rabe that was just picked from the garden. It was super tender. It didn't even have a hint of bitterness. And when I cooked the pasta, it was absolutely perfect. I had this very fruity olive oil. I don't know if you know that you can get this very fruity, delicious olive oil at Whole Foods, and it's really inexpensive. It's from Spain. I had no clue. And I had just the perfect amount of cheese, and it was a nutty pecorino that I put on the top, and it was just so incredible. I didn't want it to end. I had bitter chocolate afterward to balance this. You're hungry. You want to know. You're moved to action. This is the detail that brings life to life. Someone saying, I barbecued chicken or I made pasta, and you go, oh, that sounds good. Great. But someone telling you what they had, what they made, what the flavor profile was, how delicious each piece is. I ask you, how many of you are attracted to the details? How many of you hear the details and go, I want that. I want that multi-dimensional chocolate lava cake that's made with German chocolate from this special region, and it's absolutely mind-blowing, and it's flourless but yet so supple and just beautiful. You want that rather than here's some chocolate cake. Unfortunately, a lot of our goals are just chocolate cake or just chicken on the barbecue. Does that make sense? I hope this is resonating with you, because I think that this is one of the things I hear so much, and this Virgo season is a perfect time to really bring it out here for you guys. Most of the things people write on paper as their goals and their dreams are chicken on the barbecue or chocolate cake, not this beautiful masterpiece, this delicious, this enticing, this absolutely captivating picture. And as a result, you're like, you don't really like get in your car and drive for an hour to go to a restaurant to have a regular piece of chocolate cake. You go to have the best cake you've ever had in your life. There's a couple on TikTok that drives 2 hours to get their favorite coffee, and they do it like once a week. And I think it's so brilliant because they are just so committed to the excellence of this event, and the detail just draws you right in. And, you know, it's like watching people go get a cup of coffee driving for 2 hours. Like, what kind of entertainment is that? But the beauty is in the detail. The detail, the detail, the detail. Bring that kind of detail to every project that you're planning. Bring that kind of detail to everything that you're doing. And if you don't know what the details are, brainstorm them. Don't try to get them perfect. Just be creative. Lean into the things that are speaking to you. Put them on paper. List these things out. Get into, if you want to design a t-shirt, how does it feel? What's the fabric like? What is the weight of it? How does it feel when you wear it? What are you going to wear it with? What accessories? How are you going to, what is going to be the style and the colorway that you're going to use? All the things, right? So I want you to have that kind of detail in your goals, in your dreams, in your plans for the month ahead, the months ahead, and moving forward. And we're going to come back to this idea time and time and time again, because I really feel that if you dare to dream, that's one thing. But if you dare to dream in rich detail, the universe is more enticed. And so are you. And so is everybody else. And it's going to make you more effective. It's going to change your perspective. It's going to make you feel more fulfilled. It's going to be really compelling. And ultimately, again, it's going to help to organize the universe in your favor so much more. And on that note, if you guys have questions, comments, leave them below. I can't tell you, I really feel like this can be this massive leap into so much insane success for the end of the year, getting deep into these themes, feeling really good, filling yourself up, immersing yourself in simple shifts, just drinking more water, in simple shifts that bring you more wellness, opening up the space of your home, more sacred space, even just opening up windows more often, and dive into the detail and make your life come to life with more of this richness. And I challenge you all. This is a nice little challenge. I challenge you all, next time you're talking to a friend or a family member and they say, "What did you do today?" Add some beautiful detail. They might at first be like, "Wow, that was like a really interesting subway ride you had." But add the detail, the things that really struck you, that delighted you, that made you feel alive, because ultimately that's the stuff that we remember about the best moments of our life. We remember all the rich detail. Bring that to your plans, bring that to life. You're going to see so much that's more rewarding, more magnetic, more dynamic. And Virgo season's incredible. So if y'all have questions, feel free to ask or leave them below in the replay. And I don't think you could ever give too many details. Don't worry. And I will definitely be back very soon. I'm not going to miss another moon. Our new moon is next, and it's a Virgo moon. So just carrying on this Virgo season in the best possible ways. I am wishing you all so much success and thriving. And again, below you can find actually a link to sign up for the moon notes. If you miss these videos, if you don't catch them, I send them to people's inboxes all the time. You can find the link for the free moon notes below. And if you want to become a Feng Shui pro, trained in this extremely unique, life-changing method of Feng Shui, which is totally revolutionary, totally unlimited, super creative, and so much fun to share with you. Below you'll find the link for the School of Intention. It is always an honor to be here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you take this and run with it. And please let me know what happens when you start integrating more of this into your life. I've had such beautiful messages from people. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you all. And I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone. I'm so glad. Bye.